Hello, this is Charles from Delano Photography, and today I'm going to show you the best software for fixing painting blur. Now you might ask, well, why on earth do you want to fix the blur in painting? That's the whole reason for painting. But in my case, I was taking a picture of an airplane that was flying over a church. This was in 2014 on the 70th anniversary of D-Day. I was shooting at 1/250th of a second to make sure that the prop blades were spinning so it didn't look like the airplane was stuck in midair. And because of that, the church in the background was fuzzy because I was painting with the airplane. And until today, when I took a look at Topaz Sharpen, the latest version, I was able to correct the movement in the church. Greatest software for doing this. You've probably already seen a bunch of people saying how great the software is. Well, it's great, and I'm going to take a look at it with you today and show you the picture that I'm talking about. Let's take a look. Now before we jump right into Topaz Sharpen, which is the best software for doing this, we're going to jump right into Photoshop, and I'm going to show you how to do it with Photoshop's shake reduction filter. So I'm going to open up this DNG file, which of course was taken in 2014 when we did not have that type of shake reduction AI. I'm going to go up to Filter. I'm going to go to Sharpen, and I'm going to go to Shake Reduction. Now Photoshop has analyzed that this is probably the best area that we can use a blur trace. That's what they call it, a blur trace on. I'm going to move this around a little bit, and I'm going to look at the clock, and it still looks a little bit blurry to me. So I'm going to delete this blur trace, as they call it, by right-clicking, and I'm going to delete this blur trace, and I'm going to create a new blur trace that's a little bit larger right here and see if it does a better job when it tries to figure this out. That's still pretty good, but the clock face is still blurry. And that's about the best that Photoshop can do. I'm going to zoom in on this for you so that you can see a little bit better how much blur that we're talking about in this image. Alright, and you can see that the clock face is blurry down here, and Photoshop is able to correct some of this blur. Now you might be wondering, why on earth was I even panning and making this church blurry in the background? Well, one of the reasons why I didn't just shoot it at 1/4000th of a second was because I wanted the prop blades to be spinning. I like the airplanes to look like they're actually flying. And in order to do that, when I was panning, this background ended up blurry because in 1/250th of a second, things in the background are going to shift a little bit. And at the time, we didn't have the AI software. And I like this photo, but it's always bothered me that this particular church was a little bit blurry in all my pictures. Now this is really the best that we can do, but the best software out there is Topaz Sharpen because it's got this great AI. Now I need to tell you that I am a Topaz affiliate because I really believe in their products. They just keep getting better and better. Now the first versions of Topaz Sharpen weren't really able to correct this really well. It did a pretty good job, about the same amount as Photoshop, but I'm going to show you the 2.2.4 version, so I'm going to close this now, and then I'm going to go into Topaz Sharpen right here. Let's go ahead and browse, and then I'm going to pick the same picture. I'm going to open this picture up. Now I've already saved it so that you can see and we can zoom in. But right now I have stabilize chosen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this area of focus and I'm going to take it down here onto the clock like we did in Photoshop. And as you can see, it's blurry. It's going to do its magic. It's going to create a new preview, and then we're going to see how great this AI software is. Let me drag this bar over here and look at this. This is just amazing. It saved the entire clock face. You can see all this detail in the stones in there, and this is just great. There's a dummy that they leave hanging on here for the anniversary of D-Day, but it is just amazing. And we bring the airplane into focus here. We put the airplane back. Let me go ahead and do that. You can see all this detail up there, and when I bring this back, it was just slightly blurry. As you can see, it's soft here and it is soft here, and then when we move this slider over, look at all that detail that's in there. So if you have any kind of panning shots like me, or you have something that wasn't stabilized, you need to get Topaz Sharpen. It is really the best software that you can use for any kind of shaking or blurring or panning blur that you had. Now I'm going to open this particular photo right here. This is a finished copy of it. I'm going to zoom in on this so that you can see the detail in this photo. It is just amazing. Look at that clock face right here. I just love this photo now. Now all I have to do is go back and fix all the dust spots on my sensor. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave an affiliate link down in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and stay tuned for more videos. Cheers!